Good morning.
Hi, Mary Frances. My name is Georg, but this is Raji, and it's nice to actually meet you.
Hi. I think we spoke once before, didn't we? About the
Yes, we had a meeting once about various affiliate programs and things, and we've been in touch over email as well. So it's nice to meet you.
Thanks. And are you the person that's doing the technological side of things today?
Yes, I am. Just the very basic stuff. Georg's usually the expert, but I'm the one who's sort of setting things up at the beginning, making sure we're streaming to all the partners and so on. But did you have any questions?
Well, I noted in my email that I'll be allowed to do screen sharing, and that's one of the things that I wanted to be able to do. And I know how to do that on my end. So as long as I have access to that, I'm just going to give it a try right now. Okay.
Yeah, just go for it. Give it a go.
Okay. So there we go.
Works.
Right. Hi, Kara. Kara, this is Raji Kara. This is one of my guest speakers here today.
Hi, Kara. It's lovely to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you. Am I too much in the background?
It's a little bit light, but if you that's all right. You know what? Maybe just turn. Yeah, there you go. That's probably better away from the light source. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you're at work. I know.
Don't pay attention to the
your work table.
Yeah.
No worries. Thanks for coming on, Cara. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I have a little bit of Ireland behind me here, although I'm not in Ireland.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's like Gil, yes.
Irish roots.
Sorry?
Do you have Irish roots or a connection to Ireland?
I do. I have some Irish roots, and I've visited many times, and I have very much a soul connection to that place. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I have some really good friends from Ireland, actually, a couple of good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely place. Lovely people.
Is it just the two of you on the panel this evening?
Yes.
Okay, great. And then Jim will join us shortly, I'm sure.
Okay. And there's nothing else I need to know in terms of recording and all that. That's done. You take care of that.
That's already happening on my end. I should pause that.
Okay.
So that's all happening here. It happens automatically. Before the session begins, what'll happen is I'll ask, so like a minute before the session begins, I'll just ask everyone to turn their videos off. Because at that point, I'm going to put up the art card of the session. I'll set up everything in the background. So you're going to see that art card and you'll be off video, maybe for about 30 seconds. And then once the art card comes down, you guys stay off video because Jim will then come on video and he'll give a little sort of opening spiel, which he usually does. And then we have our coherence breathing that takes place. It's about a 2-minute breathing exercise. And when that's done, Jim will hand over to you. And at that point, it's like a Zoom call for you guys. So I'll enable the chat. Everyone can speak in the chat. So, you might keep an eye on that if you want to see what people's thought processes are as you're speaking. That can be useful.
Sure.
That's really all there is.
So each participant is responsible for turning on and off their audio if they'll be on mute, and they can unmute themselves if they have questions or whatever.
You have complete control.
Raise their hand or whatever. Okay.
Yeah. Right. It's basically like a Zoom call once the session begins. Yeah.
Okay. And when you say we'll go off video, does that mean we'll just turn our camera off?
That just means you turn your camera off. Yeah. Just go on mute and turn your camera off. And then you'll see everything take place. Like the art card will come up. 20 seconds later, it'll come down. Jim will begin speaking. And it'll just sort of flow from there.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Are your next 2 sessions in the next couple of days as well?
Yes, tomorrow and Wednesday, same time.
Excellent. I'm going to share these with my mom, as I'd mentioned, I think, on email. It's a bit too late for her to show up to the live one. She's a bit early sleeper, and it's 9:30 where we are. She wouldn't make it through.
That's all right. Well, I'm glad to be able to have the video because I know a lot of people who wanted to be here, and it's not, my time, it's mid-morning for people who are working on a Monday. So it's not really a great convenient time, but I'm looking forward to them seeing it afterwards. And hopefully there'll be enough of a group live that we can have a good question and answer session.
Usually you will have enough people for that. And usually our chats are quite active.
Yeah.
So
am I meant to be monitoring the chat as well?
No, you don't need to be monitoring it. Jim will monitor it. You'll see it. But I realize that can be distracting when you're speaking. So you don't need to be monitoring the chat.
Okay. All right. If something comes up that he wants me to know, he'll interject or something.
He'll interject. And, I will, if there's something of importance that I feel like you've both missed, I might message you quietly, or I might send Jim a message, but that will get coordinated. You don't need to think about all that coordination as well.
Right. Thank you. Appreciate that. I appreciate that.
All right. Well, let's give it a few minutes. I'm sure Jim will show up in a second.
Okay.
And then
we'll get rolling. All right. So, Kara, do you want to just check in while we're waiting for Jim? Anything that you have concerns about this morning?
No. I'm just gonna follow your lead and
okay.
ask away whatever you'd like to ask.
Yeah.
But I have a question, a technical question. So when my phone rings, it comes on my computer. Do I just do not disturb on my computer?
Yeah, just do not disturb on your computer, and then that won't show up.
And where do I find that?
Under preferences or settings. Are you on a Mac?
Yeah.
Yeah. So upper left-hand corner under the Apple, under system preferences. And then you can just type in the search bar, do not disturb. I think it's under accessibility or something like that. Or security. Let me see. No. Anyway, just type in do not disturb and it will lead you to the right spot where you can turn it on.
Focus.
Yes, focus. That's it. Here's Jim.
Hello.
Good morning,
I'm
Jim.
Francis. Hello, Kara. Hey,
Hello.
Raji.
Sorry, I'm trying to put my do not disturb on.
Oh,
How are you this morning, Jim? It's quite early for you, huh?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah. Love your background.
Thanks. I was just saying that's an image from Lochgill in Ireland. One of my favorite
that's
places.
nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Now, Raji, all set to go. We'll do the 2-minute heart coherent breathing as per usual.
Yeah.
Unless Mary Frances, you would like to do your own meditation after I introduce you.
Yeah, I think it would be great to stick with that you've been doing for each session. I think that's a really great way to tune in. And then from that, I might do a little something right afterwards, though, as we get started. Once people are in that resonance, I might do a little bit of guiding people in a little bit before we start doing the talking part.
All right.
Okay. I mean,
All
you
right.
can do whatever you do, and I'll just tag on to that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's very simple. I'll be taking probably 5, 6 minutes opening. I'm going to be, it was the Universal Children's Day yesterday.
Mhm.
So I'm going to do something about the shootings of children in Iran, and then just juxtapose it against the shooting deaths of children in the United States. Just to bring attention to what we're doing to our young. Then we'll do the coherence breathing, and then I'll segue and make introductory remarks to you, and then we will have the program. And the two of you wax eloquent for an hour or so, however long you would like. And then at some point, Mary Frances, bring me back in, and then we can dialogue for the balance of the time.
Okay.
And we generally go 90 minutes start to finish,
Gotcha.
but can go a little bit longer, shorter, just depending on the natural flow of the conversation. I'll be monitoring the chat.
Perfect.
And you probably will be too. So just an easy, very informal conversation. Does that work?
Yes, absolutely. I wondered about questions. I probably will have part of it where I'll be speaking and then Carl will be speaking, and then having a part that's for people to ask questions. Is that what you mean by the dialoguing at the end?
Yeah. When when you finish your dialogue between the two of you, then you can bring me back in, and then we'll bring in the various questions